And we know that this show would not be possible without our great sponsors, and one of them obviously being our great friends and partners over at Golden Limo. But it goes beyond partnership with Golden Limo. It's personal with us at Golden because this is my brother. He's more than a friend. Sean Duval is truly my brother, but he's like that to so many in this community. He is truly a brother to everyone in this community. I mean, you go around Ann Arbor, you go around Ypsilanti, you go around Washington County. Everyone around will tell you Sean Duval will give you the shirt off his back, and they mean it because that is that is true. He is truly a man of the community, and he runs his company like that. Truly, truly, truly someone who values service and excellence. And that's what Golden Limo is all about. Sean Duval is with us again today. My brother, Sean, how you doing?
Mr. Webb, how are you? Sam, you're the best. That's like an amazing intro. I don't know if I deserve it, but I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. I mean, there are people that when you see them or you talk about them, a smile that just comes to your face. You're one of those people, man. Just my guy. And I think when people um, talk about you or think about you, everyone feels that way, and you get that feeling about your company as well. When you talk about Golden, it's that excellence that you feel when you are riding in one of those vehicles, man. It's you feel like you're being taken care of, and I think if you're trying to convey a feeling with your service, it certainly comes across.
Wow, I appreciate that a lot. It's just intentional that that the experience and the excellence shows through in everything that we do. Uh, from 1992, we've been in business, trying to improve customer service in our industry. We knew what it looked like when we got into it, and we weren't happy with those types of levels of service, and we just knew we could make a difference in the service part of the transportation industry. And I think that's what we've done, is just brought service to a whole new level.
Yeah, the last time we had you on, I'm trying to remember. You were trying to miss. You weren't able to go to a game. What game was it? You had
We
to
were
miss.
watching the it was the football game. No, it
It
was a
was.
basket. It was Michigan State, where we got our butts kicked.
Oh yeah, yeah. 'Cause you didn't want to
It
see
was,
the score.
don't tell me, and then it's like, oh,
It's like, hey, do brother Sean a favor. Don't tell him the score of the Michigan State game because you talk about diehard Michigan guys. So we had to tell everyone in Southeast Michigan, don't tell Sean the score. Probably could have told them that one so he didn't have to watch it when
Sam,
he got
if you
home, right?
remember that game, I was psyched because I'm watching the game and I'm like, look at us, we're doing great, and then all of a sudden we're like, whoa, it just
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, because Michigan was up at half. They were up at halftime. And then obviously it fell apart after that. But
Yeah, they were like, and that ended their season that way. Of just, I think that really shook them, and they ended their season just like every game looks good, then fall apart. Looks good, then fall apart. And so what they did in the tournament was really truly special,
yeah, it was. Yeah, it
and a
was.
credit to Dusty and Kyle and those guys, just really saying, okay, we're going to regroup, we're going to get back together. We know what we have, we know what the talent that we have on this team. Let's just play within ourselves, and they did, and it was so much fun to watch the tournament.
Yeah, Big Ten tournament, if I'm not mistaken, because they went on a run
Yeah,
in the Big Ten tournament.
yeah,
A run all the way to the Big Ten tournament title. I'm pretty sure they did, right?
yeah,
Didn't
yeah,
didn't
yeah. I
Michigan
think that did happen.
that did
Um,
happen. I'm
yeah.
pretty sure. And when they went on that run to the Big Ten tournament title, was it Michigan basketball riding on Golden?
They were riding on Golden. Yes,
They were
sir.
riding.
I think that
I
is always
just
important to mention that the leaders in best ride on Golden. Um,
just had to mention that, Sean. Just
we
had
have taken that Michigan rides on Golden to heart, and I got to tell you that our chauffeurs are so proud to be associated with Michigan athletics and the University of Michigan overall, the Michigan health system. It just they beam with pride. You can see it when they come back from the office when they're all dressed up and ready to go. Whether it's the rowing team, gymnastics, it doesn't matter what the group is. Tennis, they are so geeked to be associated with those teams.
Yeah, man. So much of what we talk about here with you has to do with Michigan athletics, your support of the student athletes. I mean, you are one of the first here locally in the community to get on board with supporting student athletes with NIL. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
you got to be here. You were, Will Johnson's first sort of local NIL deal. And so obviously he got drafted, to the Arizona Cardinals, right? So great to see Will. I mean, I think all those teams that passed on him in the first round, I think they're going to regret that. Uh,
He texted me. He texted me and said, "I need a ride downtown. We're gonna have a party, a draft party," and we took him down, and it was great. But he just texted me today, asking me, "Hey, I need transportation in, and I won't say the city, but I said, absolutely, Will. Whatever you need, I got you. I got you covered.
yeah.
Um, it's so cool the relationship that we've been able to create. He's such an amazing guy. You're exactly right. That I was hoping Detroit was going to grab him. I really was
I
thinking,
know. I
and you
know.
need him.
I know. I know. But again, sometimes you got to play your way
Yeah,
to kind of prove to people, and then they'll pay your way down the line, right?
yeah,
So I
yeah.
think that'll happen for Will Johnson. But like I said, you were one of the first local business leaders to kind of get behind student athletes in NIL, and we'll be talking about another student athlete that you're doing that with. But so much of what people associate you and Golden with is with Michigan athletics.
Hmm.
But I think people will be surprised to find out that when it comes to Golden and the University of Michigan, your relationship with Michigan actually goes far beyond Michigan athletics. It's actually it extends far deeper with other aspects of Michigan. Am I right?
Absolutely. Sam, we've been partnered with the University of Michigan in one way or another since our foundation. One of our first customers, right out of the gate in 1992, was the University of Michigan's Office of Continuing Medical Education. And we partnered with Weber's Inn, which was our headquarters. Our headquarter office was in the hotel lobby. And so we partnered with Weber's Inn to take doctors when they came in for continuing education down to the hospital in the morning, and every afternoon we picked them back up. The only thing we had to move them in were these two big white stretch limousines. So every single day that they had training, they would go to work in these big white stretch limousines and get picked up right after outside the hospital in big super stretch white limousines.
That's that's 1992 for you.
Yeah,
I don't know that you can find. I don't know that I see stretch limousines anywhere these
not too
days,
often anymore.
right? So stretch limousines and doctors going down 94, right? But that takes you back, and that's it dawned on me here recently that hey man, Golden is deep with Michigan medicine because I was taking my mom to one of her many appointments. I think people who watch Droppin' Dimes, who listen to me on the radio, who are with me on the Michigan Insider, they know that I'm my mom's primary caregiver now since my brother passed last year. She still lives up, north of Flint, and so all of her appointments are down here in Ann Arbor, and
Yeah.
so had to go up and get her for one of these appointments recently and bringing her down. I was driving across, uh, you know, the one of the North Campus appointments, and we were
Sure.
driving around, and I saw all of these golden shuttle buses. And it was like golden shuttle bus after golden shuttle bus after, and you were everywhere, Sean. I was like, man, and what it said to me at that time, I was like, man, first of all, the next appointment that I have, because it's really, really cumbersome. I said, you know what? I'm gonna have Golden bring my mom down for the next appointment because
Yeah.
it was gonna be really, really taxing. But the other thing that it made me realize is, boy, you know, Michigan medicine really rides on Golden. I mean, to a large degree, your buses are all over the medical campus.
Yeah, Samuel, I appreciate you mentioning that. We are so proud of our relationship with Michigan Medicine, and it's was a long time coming, and getting that trust up, and for their understanding of our abilities. And a lot has to do with our name, Golden Limousine, uh, portends prom night and weddings and weekend parties and that kind of thing. But that's kind of the smallest piece of what we do. We can do a wedding, and if we need to take some kids to the prom for one of our corporate customers, we'll do that. But the majority of our work is spent providing corporate transportation and these shuttle type transportations that we do for the University of Michigan. The University of Michigan has a huge parking challenge, and so they've secured parking on their property on the north side of Ann Arbor by the Depression Center, and we'll pick people up on that East Ann Arbor gravel parking lot. It's a gravel parking lot, so if you haven't paid for parking, you end up, I think, over there on the east side of town. We'll pick you up and once you park and bring you in 24 hours a day to the main campus. And there's a few drop offs around the campus, so that's probably why you see us circling the campus so much. But and then we go back and take the people that have been dropped off and bring them back to the cars. We do that 22 out of 24 hours a day. In the middle of the night, we have a shuttle that takes the one or two people a night that need to go back from the main hospital entrance over to the parking lot as well. We do that all day long, from Sunday at 3 in the morning until Saturday at 10 in the morning. And at the same time, we provide uh, uh, paratransit service or mobility services for folks that have had an injury or have any kind of trouble moving around campus to get to a bus stop. Go right to their door, pick them up, whether they're in a wheelchair, on crutches, or they can walk, but just not as well as they need to be able to get to a bus stop. Get them, pick them up, take them to their appointments, take them anywhere on campus that they need to go, and bring them back when they're done. And those are some relationships that we've made with the university where once they trusted us to do the work, they just they depend on us now. We don't say no. We're highly accessible. Anytime they call us, they're going to get our managers immediately. If they are need to get a hold of myself or get a hold of Alina, my wife, immediately one of us is on the phone with them. And that's kind of access that they've never had before. But Michigan means so much to us, and that relationship means so much to us that we're going to make sure that they have everything they need to feel like they are as important as we feel that they are to us. Sam, one other thing that we do is that nighttime service. At in the middle of the night, you've got
Yeah.
students that need to move. It's not always from the bars. Everybody thinks, oh yeah, these kids coming from the bars. That's not typically what it is. Students at University of Michigan are working really hard, and they're at the library really late into the night, and we pick up from the libraries and take them back to their dorms. And there's several places that will pick up in the middle of the night and take them back so that they have a safe ride. They know they can call us. And we probably do between, I don't know, 50 to 100 trips and during that time period of just moving people around in those late night hours.
Yeah, it just an unbelievable service when you talk about how you're helping ease the parking issues.
Sure.
So you mentioned the huge parking issue that happens on campus. There's not enough parking on campus. This helps ease that. You
Yes, sir.
have the the issue when it comes to the um, um, the safety issue that students might have that you just mentioned. Well, hey, Golden is helping ease that as well. And then, the lack of enough buses. Michigan can't satisfy all of the busing needs alone, and so you're helping augment that. And then for someone like myself, caregivers. So you,
Sure.
you talk about the service that you provide Michigan. Well, for caregivers who might have the needs for their parents, their grandparents to get them to their appointments, it's super tough because we're working. Your parents or your grandparents can't get to their appointments on their own, and so to be able to call a service like Golden to be able to get them to those appointments is an unbelievable resource. And
Yeah.
for me, it wasn't a local transport. I called Golden to go north of Flint to
Yeah.
go all the way to Mount Morris. So it was an hour and a half trip. But obviously, you can use Golden locally here within Washtenaw County. It's an easier trek within Washtenaw County, but that's the kind of service that you can use as an individual as
Yeah.
well. So it's not just, airport transport or game day transport. You could use it as a caregiver for your parent or grandparent as well.
Sam, the cool part about our fleet, we have a 70 vehicle fleet located just south of Milan in our south of Ann Arbor in our Milan location. And it has everything that you need from the Mercedes S Class to a Ford Transit Connect ADA wheelchair van. So that spans a lot of different types of equipment: Navigators, Escalades, Suburbans. Um, we can do just about anything, and that's on the car side. And then we have the buses, ADA buses. We can pick up in a wheelchair and take you anywhere around this region with our local fleet. And of course, we can do anything in any city in the world because we've done that for you in the past.
Yes, yes, you
Um,
have. I mean, we've done so many things. I mean,
yeah.
we ride on Golden for everything. When we went to Rome and Paris, and we
Oh
had
yeah.
all
Yep.
my entire family, and we had all the luggage. We had a Golden shuttle to the airport. But Sean knows this. I had a family member that passed away recently, and we had a lot of family come in from out of town, a lot of elderly family come in from out of town, and it was going to be really, really cumbersome for
Yep.
them to make that extra trip. So a lot of them came to Ann Arbor, and we were going to have to make another trip up, hour north to Flint, and it was going to be really, really tough. So we got a Golden shuttle, a Golden bus to Flint to ease the stress for our elderly family members to be able to make that trip. It was a godsend. It was an unbel it made the it was a tough day because we had lost my uncle, but it just really made that gathering, that homegoing, it made it a lot easier of a
Sam, I
day.
have heard that a similar comment so many times during those really difficult moments where you really just trying to organize family and organize transportation and resources when you've lost someone. Your mind is not there. Your mind is on that person that you've lost and the family members that are left behind. And it's just a really great service that we're able to provide when we can just be take that piece away from you. Just take it off of your mind and provide some nice, safe transportation where everybody can be together, look at each other. You don't have to worry about your eyes on the road because somebody's doing that for you. And, we do that a fair amount, and we just know that that's a service that is kind of sacred for us. That we want to really want to make sure we take care of families in a really challenging time.
Absolutely. So many services you guys provide, and again, we so often we associate Golden with Michigan athletics and support of student athletes, but goes so far beyond that. And so again, whether it's the relationship with Michigan medicine, certainly the relationship with uh, Michigan athletics, and
Yeah.
far beyond. I mean, the
Oh,
relationship with
Sam, you
Michigan
have.
athletics.
If I could tell you, so let me tell you something else. We provide, we safety is such a big deal for us. It's so important, and one of the things that we provide is a service for a particular department at the university that is managing all of this growth that you see Michigan, the hospital system have. So up in Midland or in Lansing or across the state as they acquire struggling health systems or uh, strategic partnerships, they'll grab uh, a doctor from the main campus and take them to that hospital system. So one of the places that we go to a lot is Lansing. Almost every day we go to Lansing, but we will pick up a doctor, whether it's for a scheduled trip or for an emergency trip, like an emergency pediatric surgery, and take that doctor to the hospital. And everybody, their first thought is, oh my God, are you kidding me? They're riding in limousines to the hospital. But the reality is, this prep time that the doctor has in the back seat getting ready for an emergency surgery or for their just a routine surgery, that they can be in the back seat prepping for that surgery while we're driving them safely to the location. Their mind is on the patient, and our mind is on the road and getting them safely in a timely manner. And it's kind of ingenious of Michigan to think of doing that. And now we're seeing some other hospital systems. Henry Ford is starting to do that, Beaumont, of providing the service for the doctors because it puts them in a much safer position that they're not thinking about the road when they should be thinking about their patient. So
Yeah.
it's a phenomenal relationship. We started this a few years ago, and we just re-signed with the University of Michigan, and we couldn't be thrilled. And I think they're really happy with the service as well.
Well, speaking of re-signing, before we let you go, I think it's important to note that after the relationship with Will ended with his moving on to the NFL, at least
Yep.
NIL relationship. Your relationship with Will hasn't ended. Just your
Right.
NIL relationship with Will has ended. Uh, you haven't stopped your
No.
NIL support.
Nope.
You just have repositioned, and so now you have a new NIL ambassador, and it's going to be one Mr. Zeke Berry. So how
Yes,
about that,
sir.
Sean?
I'm so good. Zeke is such a cool guy. He's such an intelligent young man. He's so he is just a vision of what we love at Golden Limousine. He is dedicated to his profession. He just demonstrates excellence at every turn. Uh, I loved I loved that he was playing the position that's so important to us, safety. I know
Right?
they're going to move him around now, but we're still in the Michigan defensive backfield. And I think Zeke is a perfect representation for Golden. We couldn't be happier. I can't wait to. We're going to do some more things and than what we did with Will. We're going to get him up on billboards around the Metro Detroit area and bring some more attention to Michigan athletics and bring attention to Golden and hopefully have some signings with him. I'm not sure, but I hope we do something with Samaj and Zeke again with the same way Will and Samaj did the toy drive. I hope we do something like that around Christmas again. But we have a whole slate of fun and exciting things to do with Zeke in the coming year.
Yeah.
And I don't even think we're done that there. I mean, Zeke has made it just such a great experience that we know that we want to just go deeper with NIL and look for other opportunities to showcase our athletes and get them in a position not just to be successful as athletes, successful in our community with all the nonprofits that we're a part of, and also to keep them here because I know that NIL is a huge part of keeping athletes at our institution.
Well, see, and here I want to make this very, very clear too. Um, to folks watching, Sean is very intentional with how he approaches NIL. He's like, I'm not just going for a name. I'm I'm very interested in who the young man is and his story.
100%.
I want to know. Tell me about the guy. That's why it's like, hey, tell me about these kids. Tell me about this guy. Tell me about his story. It's not just give me the biggest star in the class. Give me the biggest star on the team. Tell me his story. Tell me about his family. That is what's different. And that's how he got with Zeke. Before Zeke was, on this path that he's on, before Zeke became this this breakout star that he is, Sean was already, it's like, man, this is a guy that I can identify with. He has a chance to go back home and star at USC, but no, he wants to stay here and fight for a position. That's a guy I wanna get with. And here we are. Here we are.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. I just think that he's such a great guy. I met his brother first, and we talked for quite a while, and just getting together um, to make sure that it was a good fit with Zeke, and then meeting Zeke and learning about him, and uh, it's just such an easy decision too once you get to somebody of Zeke's caliber, and I know that he's going to be have a great career at the University of Michigan. It's really hard when you see kids getting money just thrown at their feet and money thrown at their feet, and we don't have that kind of ability, so it all has to be built on relationships. And I think that that's what we were able to establish early on was that there's, yeah, sure, there's some money involved, but it's more about what's the relationship and how can you grow as an individual, as an athlete, as an individual, as a community member by being having this relationship with Golden Limousine and the Golden family.
Absolutely. Well, Sean, okay, so there we gave people a lot. We always talk about airport transport. We talk about game day transport. We just talked about transport if you're a caregiver and you need Golden to transport your loved one. There are many different facets of
Yep.
transportation needs that you can serve. And so, if people need Golden, how can they contact you? How can they arrange that transportation? And maybe there's some other examples of transportation needs that you can hit upon.
Goldenlimo.com, goldenlimo.com, all one word, is the easiest way. You can actually get a quote right from our website. Someone can text with you while you're on our website, but it's really easy to just get on our site and type in what you want to do and find out how what that quote is going to be. We really don't have a lot of people calling and saying how much is it, how much is it. When people call us, they know they want Golden. We are not the cheapest. If you're going price shopping, you probably not. Golden's probably not for you. Golden Limousine is for people who really understand what safe, comfortable luxury service is like, and that's what we provide. But Sam, the website's the best way. You can always call our 800 300 5151 line. But I just can't stress enough that going to the website and dropping your information in there is really the best. Um, right now, it's time for the Detroit Tigers. Uh, get on a bus, take a group down. The Tigers are hot. We're having fun down there. Every time we go down to the city, everybody's eyes pops out of their head like, this is not Detroit, but it is. Detroit is hopping, and it's so much fun. And then the same thing when we just take them in a bus. And I know you got to go into that, yeah, Ohio place, but Cedar Point's a lot of fun. When
Uh-huh.
you get over the idea that you've had to go through Ohio, you get to Cedar Point, and it's a ton of fun down there. So those two things are really what's happening with our buses for the most part. But Sam, I told you before, we'll get you to the airport here in Michigan in small groups, big groups, doesn't matter. And on the other side, we're going to have a car waiting for you with a chauffeur. Alina and I were just in Napa, and we had a car service pick us up. Golden was on the other end. Guy chauffeur with our nameplate and took us to the car and drove us out to Napa, and it was absolutely amazing. But the service, I mean, I said, man, Golden looks great here in San Francisco, and took us out to Napa. Great drive, safe driver, two hands on the wheel. And like this is awesome. This is living.
Yeah, it is definitely different, and you feel the difference for
Yeah.
sure. And I gotta tell you, now my mom doesn't even want me to pick her up anymore.
Sam, send that limo. Send that limo, Sam.
Now my mom
You
doesn't want me to
you're
pick her up.
busy, right, Sam? You're busy. Send that limo.
Now she doesn't want me to pick her up anymore. Anyway, hey, yeah,
Oh,
Sean has raised the bar. Sean has raised the bar.
next
So,
time if you have to do it, you're gonna have to put on a gold tie, put your jacket on.
yeah, have her nice chilled water in the back. You
Yeah,
know, carry her bags and open the
absolutely.
doors and all that. I carry her bag. I do carry her bags and put them in the
You
car and all
better.
that.
You
So
better. That's your mama.
yeah. So, but it's as always, Sean. I love you, brother. I'd love you even if you didn't have Golden. You know that. But it goes without saying. Um, your business is an extension of you, and we see that with how it operates. It is truly, truly excellence personified. But I think it also is worthy of note the way you give back, the way you extend yourself in this community. You talk about how your business always says yes. When it comes to giving back into the community, uh, you always say yes to that too, and that needs to be highlighted. I know you don't do it for that reason, but I'm highlighting it here as well. People
Just
need.
like you, Sam, you find a way to help anybody, all comers. When you know, I have this saying: if it is to be, it's up to we. And we have to solve our issues in this community, whatever they are. If it's homelessness, if it's hunger and food insecurities, if it's education, it's up to this community to step in. Nobody's coming to save us. And so that's why we always find a way to say yes to these to folks that come and ask us for help. And from myself all the way to our detailers, we're involved in this community in so many different ways, and we're really proud of that.
Absolutely. GoldenLimo.com, folks. If you have ground transportation needs of any variety, GoldenLimo.com. Sean, appreciate you, my friend.
Absolutely, Sam. Love you, brother.
Sam is giving so much passion with this gold limo soliloquy as if he has no idea that he can't be heard. He is giving let's laugh at Sam. We hear me. He is giving the most passionate gold limo. And so this is where I love, because now I get to give it, right? Golden Limo, right? I mean, I've written on Golden Limo a plethora of times, and Sam was giving the story of how his mom is having medical troubles, and they're going and picking her up, and she doesn't trust the secondary services, and she really don't trust Sam, to be honest. Don't tell him I told you. She really don't trust Sam, the driver. However, she does trust Golden Limo, right? So Golden Limo's picking her up, taking her to her appointments, because as you know, Sam is the busiest man on the planet, right? I text him, call him, hey, are we doing a show? What time we're gonna go? And he never responds. And you just can't depend on Sam, basically, is what I'm saying. Right? But you know who you can depend on? Golden Limo. Every single time. Every time I've ridden, outstanding. They got the Pellegrino waters, which I don't always love because I'm just not a sparkling water guy. Sam loves them, right? On time, every time. The experience is so great, from the sedans, right? I got picked up from Michigan game to go home in the small sedan. Perfect, right? On time, seat pushed all the way up. I'm sure they knew I was tall, right? Open the door for you, get in, safe drive all the way home to the big SUVs, right? Where my lady's with me, right? And she has to come, right? So I need a little more space, right? I need a little more space. Seat still needs to be up, right? Long legs, but she comes as well. Or the party bus, which I particularly love. Obviously, Sam rides on it alone, right, with his Pellegrinos in the cooler. But Golden Limo has done an amazing job, not only with their transportation, not only for Michigan football, but also all of the doctors on campus, right? The different kind of activities you have on an Ann Arbor campus. And guess what? Sam always says it, and it's true. If you want to go abroad, they got you covered there too, right? You want to go to Paris, you want to go to Rome, wherever you want to go, is make sure you book with Golden Limo, and they will get you to your destination quickly, safely, and with no danger. So I'm just happy that Sam gave all that effort talking about anything. I would have happy whatever he was talking about, and nobody heard him. That is like my dream. And so I love you guys, man. Let DG cook. I agree, Jeremy. Let him cook.